Hello everyone and welcome for this new tutorial. Last time we saw to use the PCG Biome, so we will see how to use Gaea to create a huge landscape, and then we will see how to use the PCG Biome to fill up that landscape. Gaea will provide us with the height map for the landscape and all of the color for the biomes. So we will go into Gaea. It's a free software that you can go and download. There is a free version that I'm actually using, so you can go and download it, and for us we will go and start using Gaea. Okay, so here we are in Gaea, so we are in the free version. We'll start with a blank template. So to navigate in Gaea, first we have the middle mouse button to move around like that, and if I press Alt and left click, I can rotate. So on the top view in here, we will have the render of our landscape. On the bottom in the graph, we will have the graph with all the nodes that we will use to create our landscape. So Gaea, it's a node-based landscape creation. You can see on the left we have a lot of different nodes that we can use, and we will start by using some of them to create the landscape that we want. First, we will start by using the range. So we drag and drop the range, and straight away we have a landscape that gets created. We have some option on the top right corner. We can change the style. We'll go with base. I'm gonna leave the chaos at 65. You can go ahead and mess with them, and you will see different results. I will go with something like that. You will see later if you want to change it. You can change the seed, or you can do the same as I have, and you will have exactly the same results. We leave the advanced settings, and I like to bring some ridge. So if I go like this, you can see into the graph, I have my range and my ridge, and we can see both of the results. They look different. By clicking on them, we got the render onto the landscape view. If I go into the ridge, I have something like that. I will keep it like that for now, and I will combine them. So I will combine the range and the ridge. I will right click and type combine, and I can combine both of them and have the result. You can see that there is multiple type of method to do the combine. We will stay into the blend, and let me check the result. I would like to have some nice mountain range on the side, so maybe I can increase this height a little bit. When you use Gaea, it's a lot of tricking. You will have to go and check each of your node, try to change some of the parameter, look at how it goes, and try to get the result that you want. For us, we are trying to get a nice mountain on the side, and then to make it look a little bit better, we will use some erosion. Up. The erosion node will apply erosion to be like if there was rain onto the landscape, and with the time the landscape changes shape. We'll put my output into the input of the erosion. You can see that we start having some flat landscape. You can see in here when we have some going down area, it will be flattened. I'm gonna increase some of the value. When you change the erosion node, as it is a very powerful node, it uses a lot of resources, so you will have to apply change all the time if you want to see the result of the stuff that you are changing. So let's go and do the apply change. I kind of like this result. Now I'm having some nice mountain on the side, some big mountain in the middle. I think I will go with this and I will see how it goes after. So now I have my erosion, and now I would like to add some river, but by adding some river, it will change the landscape as the river will go into the landscape. So if we go on the left and we go down, into the water menu, we can see river. So you drag and drop the river, and we can take the output and put it into the input of the river. If I do that, we can see that we have some river spawning. So we have some river coming from the top of the mountain. I will go ahead and max everything into the water for the river. And now we have some huge river. I have maybe a little bit too much river. I really like this result, so I will go with that. I would like some lake. Now I have way too much lake, so I'm gonna reduce this number, maybe to something like 1. Apply change. Okay, 0.5 look nice. So we can see if I'm on the lake, we can see in here we have our river that have created some shape into our landscape. Okay, so now that we have that, we will start playing with that. We can see our landscape look gray. We will add some texture to it. I'm gonna create a new graph. I call this texture. We will need some stuff from here. I'm gonna put the lake there. We will click and drag from output of the lake to any place, and we will do make portal. And this portal can be used into another graph. If I go in here and I will get some color first, let's do a quick color. And for the input, we can go in here into the portal. We can see the output of the lake. So you can add color to our landscape. So that could be a way, for example, to add some snow, but we're not gonna do it like that. Let's remove that. Okay, so from the lake, I would like to add some snow because we'll have some snow into our landscape. So there is a node that we can use. It's called snowfall. We plug this into here. See, we have a lot of snow, so I'm gonna reduce this to something like 5%. That's very nice. I would like to apply some sunlight into the landscape, so the snow will melt from one side of the sun. The sunlight there. I would like the sun to be coming from here, and I can use this melt. So you can see it's gonna be melting in here. Some of the place there where it's looking at the sun to be melting. So that looks very good. And now if you want to use it, we'll go into that snow and we will make portal of this, the second input, not the first one. The first one is the entire landscape, but this one is specifically the snow. I will show you. Instead of doing a portal, I can remove the portal, up, and I will make a fx. And this little node, it's only the result of this input. You can see it's only the snow. So I'm gonna make this one. I'm gonna first rename it. I can press F2 and rename this to snow. And I will make this input, this output as a portal. Okay, let's start texturing our landscape. Let's use a fx. Into the input, we will use the portal of our lake. So we get our landscape. From this, first we use a sat map, which will add color to our landscape. Something that looks like some grass. Okay, this one looks good enough. And now we can use another node called slope. This slope, you will see, if I zoom in, if I increase the mean, we will remove everything that is below 12 degrees. So everything that is flat or at 10 degrees will be removed from the output of this slope node. So we try to get only the rock from the mountain to add the rock color onto this place with something like 20%. And then we can go all the way to 90 because it should be our mountain. This slope, I will use it as a mask for a combine. If I use a combine in here, I will combine this and I will create another sat map for the rock. Plug it in here and we get something rock and this will do. I can combine them. In here we have 50-50. I will use this mask. So we use the blend and the ratio will be 100%. So all of the dark place will be green and all of the white space will be kind of the rock color. You can see that we are getting something that looks like a landscape now. I would like to have some color for the water. I'm gonna go there and I will need a mask for my water. So I'm gonna go into my graph. So to get this river, to get the mask of this river, we'll choose the depth in here. We'll create a fx and this fx we will rename this to river mask. And now we can see that we have nothing, but we will press in here on the top right auto level and now we can see our river. We have the mask of our river. We do the same with the lake. In here we have depth, so we'll create an fx and we will auto level this lake and we can combine them both. Combine the lake with the river. We'll do add with some very shallow lake, but it's fine, it will work like that. And I'm gonna make this as a portal. I can use a sat map. I will make it blue for the water. I will use this. This will be that. And I will use the combine. Up, I will blend 100%. And the thing I'm gonna do is that the mask should be the portal of the combine. This. The sat map is not very good. Let me go and change the sat map. I will go into the graph and I'm gonna change the lake as they are too shallow. Instead of using depth, we don't have a lot of depth into our lake. We'll use the lake output, this one that we will plug into our fx. And now we have the lake that looks very good. And if we go into the combine, it looks perfect. And if we go into the texture in here, we can see our river with our lake. Okay, that looks nice. I'm gonna save to make sure I don't lose everything. Click on the save. The only thing is that we lost the snow. So I'm just gonna add another combine in here and I'm gonna bring the snow to the portal of the snow and the mask will be our snow as well. Tack. Perfect. Here is our very nice landscape with our snow, our rock, we have the grass and we have the lake. We can actually stop like that. I will show you. Now if I want to export this color for my landscape, I will go into the texture and in here, color FX, this one. And now I can right click on the color FX and press mark for export. And I will show you into the build menu on the top right. We will change this to be PNG 8. We have the river mask. We don't want this to be marked for export. I would like to export. I would like this to be marked for export. I will use this to place our material snow, and I will need the output with everything. So it should be this FX. This FX as the input is the lake. I could also just use the lake as export. I will use this FX. Mark for export. I will just change the name. I will call this landscape. And now I can see in here I have my texture, landscape, and here I have my snow from the graph. And here is the texture, it's the graph texture. For the landscape, I would like PNG, and for the snow, I would like PNG also. I will use normal build. Resolution will be for Unreal. You can see in here we have the little, when we scroll we have Unreal. It will be 1009, that will be the resolution of our landscape. We need to change the range to be normalized, and the backcache to be strict. Okay, so for the stuff that we need for the color, we use PNG 8. The snow will be in PNG 8 also. But the landscape will be into PNG. I'll start to build this. You can see that this looks very good, and we'll be able to use this for our biome. We'll be able to use the white for the white biome, the grass for the grass biome. We have even different type of color. So we could use this different color for different biome. We could, for example, change the trees in this to be this color and this to be the main trees. Or to put no trees at all. We have the different rock and stuff. Okay, so here is the result, and now we'll go into Unreal and use this to create our landscape. Okay, so here we are in Unreal, we are in the stuff that you have created last time. I have changed the stuff from the desert to be some cactus, so that looks a little bit better. We'll go and create a new map to actually start using the stuff that we have created with Gaea. So we'll create a new level, we'll go into empty level. We save this one, we don't care. And to make our life easier, we'll go into plugin and we will enable the biome sample, because there will be some generator that we can use that are better than the normal generator. It will be a little bit more realistic, and I don't really want to create the generator in this video as it will take too much time. We will have a 1 hour video. So we'll go and enable this biome sample. Okay, so let's create a new level, empty level, up, create. We'll save current level. Call this Gaea map. Save. We'll go into window and into the envelope meter, create everything. Up. It's perfect. And now we can go into the landscape. In the landscape, we'll import from a file. We can see in here we have the height map file. We will go and get our height map. So you have the landscape.png. And we'll use this, we'll open this. We just need to set the scale. Okay, so something that's very important when we build the landscape, in here we have the height and the scale. You can see that here the scale is 5000. So we need to remember this number because we need it into the importing of our landscape. If I go back into my landscape, I have imported the height map. And in here I need to set the scale. So the scale for the x-axis will be 5000. We will multiply by 100. And we will divide this by 1009, which is the resolution of our landscape. You can see this, so now the scale for the X and the Y will be 495.54. And we can now press import. We can see now we have our huge landscape. I'll go back into selection mode and I will hide the exponential height fog. We'll increase the camera speed. And we have our huge landscape now in Unreal. I will just go there to check if the height is good. I think it's okay. It's high enough for me. That will be fine. First of all, I will go into my landscape and I will enable the night up and I will build the data. It will take some time as it's a huge landscape. Okay, so now our landscape is in the night landscape. So I'm gonna add some grass everywhere. I will just go into the landscape button, up into paint. I will create a new white blending layer for the grass. And I will just fill layer everywhere. We can see in here we have the place for the water. We could actually bring the water plugin and add the water in here. Now I'm gonna just add the snow. To add the snow, I will go into landscape. So into the snow in here, I will go to manage into import, I have the layer in here and I have the snow. I need to enable the height map. I need to create a layer first. Create a weight blended layer. Save that. I go into manage and now I can open the snow and I can use this snow.png. Okay, and I will import. And I will add the snow on top of the mountain. If I look like that, you can see that now we have the snow on the mountain. And we just miss one thing, we miss the rock onto the little hill like that. We need to add that. I will go back into Gaea and I will show you. So into Gaea, we got the rock stuff with this slope. So I'm gonna just mark for export the slope. And to the build, into the slope, I will use PNG 8. And I will just start build and I will get the slope. Okay, the build is completed. And now I have this, which is the slope. Close that. I will use this PNG. I will go back into landscape. I will go into paint. I will add a layer. Tac. Into manage. I can now import this. And I will use this slope. I will import. You will see that I will lose the snow because it will remove the snow and add the rock onto it. So I will just re-import the snow. I will just close the rock and re-import the snow. And here it is. It's perfect. So here is the result. You can see we have the snow. We have the snow in here. We have the rock on the mountain. And it's pretty nice. We have some grass a little bit everywhere. The only issue is this. You can see we have some kind of ramp like that. It's not very nice. And we will add the biome. We have our PCG biome in here. And we have the snow biome. First of all, I will change this to use the shared trees. Save that. I'm just changing the biome generator of this. It should be better. The forest biome, into the asset, I will use shared tree. And the mountain biome, use shared rock. And I would like to add some rock and not this alpine stuff, which looks very bad. So I'm gonna go into Pixel and I'm gonna just bring a rock. Change this to be the rock. Where is my rock? I have some rock here. Rock large. Maybe this one will look nice. Okay, let's add the different biome. So if you remember, we need to add the biome core, which is this. We need to increase the size to be the size of our landscape. As we have a huge landscape, it should be a very big size. That's a very, very big landscape. Okay, put it there. Where is the box? It's way too big, I think. If I use 10. Looks okay. And now I can just add my different biome. So I need the snow biome. I will bring this biome setup. I will bring my mountain biome up. And I will bring my forest biome. I will just go into the forest definition. In here, we need to pick a color. But first, we will import our texture. In here, I will import my color FX. This is up. This is the texture that we will use. Put this on the side, this also on the side, up, to be able to pick it nicely. And for the forest, for example, we will use this green stuff. Go there, I will use the pick there, and I will use this color. So now, when there will be this texture, it will add the forest. So there will be a forest here, 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 and there. And I could change and make another forest there, another forest in here, because it's different height, and Gaea give us different green color. So we go like this. We change the snow to use this white to be sure it's the same. Let's go into the snow biome, snow definition, up on the side. Up, tac, tac, tac. Okay, perfect. And we'll choose the mountain. For the mountain biome, the mountain definition, it will be, that should do it. Let's close, let's close. And now we still doesn't have any PCG. That's normal. And now we need to use our texture. So let's go into the biome core. If you remember, we have our biome core. And there we can change the biome texture projection. Our texture biome projection is this. we'll change it to be our texture, which is this. And we need to change for, of course, the size. And we need to change the size. So we'll see. First, we'll do this. And I will just don't want my computer to blow up, so I save all the time to make sure I don't lose everything. So you have to set up the PCG texture biome in here. And we can click generate. Okay, so everything has crashed, but we're getting there. Okay, so the landscape is too big to actually make the biome on the entire landscape. So we're just gonna do it on a piece of the landscape. Okay, so we can actually do that much. If I make it a little bit bigger, it will not want to generate the PCG anymore. So we're gonna work with this. Let's try to generate on this piece of landscape. Okay, so we have projected, oh, what's going on? Is this some rock? Okay, so I make the rock way too big into my biome, into the mountain biome. What did I do? Scale it by 50. I'm crazy. So I'll put one back and we should get something. Okay, let me just remove the debug. The landscape is way too big. I will reduce the size of the landscape. If I show you this, I will divide everything by 2. Oops. No. This divided by 2. In my PCG biome core, I will just clean up. I don't want it to generate again. And so it's still a pretty big landscape, so we'll go like this. Let me bring my PCG core on top of the landscape. We almost have it, just that this is supposed to be there. So I need to increase the size. We do 1.5. I think we finally got it. I don't know why there is no trees in here in the middle. There should be. Disable this and you will see how it looks. We finally have something that looks nice. Okay, we're getting something. Okay, so here we are. We have finally something that looks like it's working. I took so much time, I lost my light. There is no more battery. It's okay, we finish like that. So we use the texture and it's working. There was the water in here that we should add later. Ah, it's back working. My light is dying, but it's okay. So we can see our different biome. Like there, it should be the snow. So we have the snow stuff spawning on it. It should be there, but we have a little bit of issue with the texture. The landscape is way too big. We should have make a little smaller landscape, but it's working. We are just putting trees and stuff on the rock biome and stuff on the snow biome. But I hope you understand how to use it. And if I go in here and spawn, I have my big landscape full of stuff. I will just need to add some grass. I can add it with PCG, with the PCG biome. I can add that in the forest biome. I can add some grass and it will work perfectly. But here we are. And it's very nice. It's working. We can see our huge landscape. The only thing is now it will be tricking the biome generator to generate some different trees and fix up the texture. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. There was a lot of stuff. We saw how to use Gaea. We saw how to implement PCG and use the texture of Gaea. And everything is working. We had 3 biomes. The snow biome, the forest and the mountain. There was some stuff to improve, which is the texture. It was kind of hard to place the texture on the landscape. If you have your biome that are not spawning at all, maybe try to reduce the size of the volume of your biome. Sometimes in the biome core, if the volume is too big, PCG doesn't create the point. It's the same with the normal PCG. If you have a way too huge landscape, you cannot spawn the stuff because it's too big. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.